I used to be a serious overpacker back in the day, and I still vividly remember how heavy my luggage was when I went to the airport, to the car, to the hotel. I remember because it was so heavy and I was actually struggling. But since then, luckily, I discovered how I can pack minimally while still staying stylish and cute at the same time, because that is very important, obviously. And that's exactly what I'm gonna share with you today. But instead of just me sharing my tips with you, I will also demonstrate how that would look. So it will be kind of pack with me video, but with your suggestions, because I asked you for some vacation ideas and then I draw one, and today I'm just gonna pack for the winner. Now my first tip is really simple, but it's actually really powerful, and that is to avoid packing on the day of the trip or when you're leaving, because if you're in a rush, chances that you're gonna do a great job, that you're really gonna pick a cohesive travel capsule wardrobe is very slim. So if you can, pack at least one day before, or if that is not possible, you can even try pre-packing a week before or even a month before, and then you just take photos of everything that you picked. So once it's time to pack, you actually already have a plan and you just pick what you already pre-picked. And now I'm in front of my hallway closet, and that is because my next tip is to start with shoes. I remember in the past I used to start with my clothes, which I think most people do, but let me know what is your process and where you start. But I used to start with clothes, and then I picked the shoes and bags and accessories, and it was really hard to create a cohesive capsule wardrobe. And I remember, because I started the wrong way, I added a lot more shoes than necessary. But now that I started with shoes, I really treat them as a foundation, because usually we just take 2, 3, 4 pairs of shoes with us. So if we start with shoes and pick them really mindfully and carefully, I believe that everything else just falls into place. Here are all of my shoes for spring and summer, and how I usually start is I always pick 2 pairs of shoes. Even if I'm going somewhere for just 2 or 3 days, I find that having 2 pairs of shoes is a really nice foundation, and then you can build on depending on the activities and how long you're away for. And the 2 shoes that I always pick are 1 pair of casual shoes, and then I have 1 pair of fancy shoes. So for my casual shoes for Tuscany, let's say we're gonna do a lot of walking and I want to be really comfortable, I think I'm just gonna go with my white sneakers, because these are really comfortable, and you know me, I love wearing this with dresses, with skirts, with shorts, with absolutely everything. So these are going with me. And then for the fancy shoes, I think I would pick this, because honestly they're really comfortable, but at the same time they're really nice and they're appropriate for just a little bit more of a fancy occasion. So this is my little base, and now that I have the casual and the fancy pair, I would ask myself, are there any situations and events that I'm going to where I need the extra pair for? And in this situation, I think that I would need some kind of flat sandals to go to the beach to the pool, because it's gonna be hot, and maybe, you know, I'm gonna be swimming. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do in Tuscany, but honestly, I feel like having a pair of flip-flops would be amazing to have in there. And these are really nice and gorgeous and cute, so I can even wear them with my nice little summery dresses and they would still look nice. Also, very importantly, as you can see, all of my shoes are matching with the metals. I have the gold here and also gold here, and that is intentional, because my next tip is to pick 1 metal per trip only. If you're like me and your jewelry box is full of silver items, rose gold and gold, when you go to the trip, just pick 1 metal you're gonna love the most. And the reason I'm mentioning this, because I could simply take my silver sandals with me, but if I do that instead of the black shoes, you can see right away, because I picked the wrong shoes, I have to bring some silver jewelry as well as the gold one. But because I have something that is really nice and gold, then I just have to commit to gold jewelry only. Once I have my selection that I'm happy with, I put everything next to the bed so I can have the visual representation of my shoes. And the reason I put it in front of the bed is because my next tip is to actually avoid putting stuff in suitcase first. Again, this is something that I used to do. I don't know why, but I went straight into my wardrobe and then I put things directly into the suitcase. And it's very hard to tell what you're bringing with you when you do it like this. So now I use my bed as my middle step so I can really assess how my wardrobe will look like before I put everything into the suitcase. And at this step, I'm really not worried about the numbers or how everything is gonna go together. I just go by my instinct. The only thing that I worry about at this point are metals, because if I have any pieces with really statement silver or rose gold details, probably I'm gonna skip those, but other than that, I just go by instinct. After I've roughly picked all of my clothes, I like to pick the handbag next, because I want to do that before I go through my clothing items and decide if I have enough, because having a chosen handbag again is gonna help with the decision. Here again, we're gonna be mindful of the metal, and to be honest, when it comes to handbags, I usually just take one with me. Even if I'm going somewhere for 2-3 weeks, I usually just take one, because I find that one is more than enough if you pick correctly. And for Tuscany trip, I think I would go for a crossbody bag, because I think you can wear it when sightseeing. It's not gonna really bother you, but at the same time you can wear it in the evening. So I'm thinking the nude one, or I would go with the black one, but I think this one is gonna be just a little bit more fun, so I'm just gonna pick this one. Also, if I'm going to the beach, I'm obviously gonna need my beach bag. I would always take this one with me. This one I don't count as a handbag, but you know, it's still a bag. Next step for me is to pick my accessories, especially a belt, because I feel a belt can make a huge difference when it comes to the outfit. Again, you want to pay attention to the metal here, so I'm just gonna pick the gold and black one. And my little hack that I use is I actually created extra holes in the belt, so this one, or actually all of my belts, I can wear around my waist but also at the hips, which is perfect for traveling because it's very, very versatile this way. And then if you have any other accessories such as hats or gloves or scarves, you want to add them to your bag at this point, because soon we're gonna sort through this mess. But I really hope you're enjoying this video so far. If you do, give it a thumbs up, and also I hope you don't mind that I'm sharing the order that I'm packing in. For me, this is actually really, really important, because if I move things around and I pick the handbag before I pick the clothes, or I pick the shoes after I pick the clothes, the results are not the same. For me, the order is very important, and that is what I'm sharing it. But now I have another really, really nice little hack for traveling. No matter where you're going, you can never predict the weather 100%, and that's why I have a little hack that I like to use. I actually have two amazing items that I swear by, and the first one you've seen before, and it's the nude cami that is super versatile, and it can really provide you with the extra layer of warmth in the winter, in the spring, and also in the fall. In the summer, usually this is not necessary, maybe just at the beginning of summer maybe, but for all of the other seasons this is amazing. And the best part is that just because of one little item, you can actually pack a lot less items, because in case it gets a little bit cooler, you're gonna be safe. You can wear this one under your long sleeve tees, short sleeve tees. You can wear this under your blouses, under your dresses. It doesn't matter. If it's just a little bit colder than you anticipated, you can just put this baby on and you're gonna be much warmer. So I absolutely love this one. And then the other one is for even cooler weather. Again, if you're traveling somewhere in the winter, in the fall, and you're not sure about the temperatures, you can take the little leggings with you. These are wool thermal leggings that you can wear underneath your jeans, and they're gonna give you the extra layer of warmth. It doesn't have to be a huge minus for you to take this with you. If you're going somewhere there's just gonna be mildly cold, but you wanna be sure that just in case the weather changes unexpectedly, you're covered, you can take this with you. And again, you don't need to pack that many, I don't know, jackets with you, or scarves or gloves, or so many different things. You can just rely on one piece only. Okay, so now we picked absolutely everything. We have everything just on the bed, and the next step is to assess if everything matches at least 90% of the time. Here you want to be mindful of the colors. So for example, I have all of my tops in here. I have the black, the pink, the beige, and the white, and my bottoms are black, denim, and black. For me, I want to make sure that all of my tops will go with all of my bottoms, and in this case everything matches, so it's a check. But then another thing you want to pay attention to is also the cut. For me, I have all of these bottoms, they're all high-waisted as you can see, so I want to make sure that if I have the tops, can I tuck them in like this silk cami? Can I tuck it in? The answer is yes, so it matches with my high waist bottom. This one I can wear tucked or even over the shorts, so it's fine, and these two are cropped. So even the silhouettes are working. For example, if you would have something that it's just a low rise and you have something cropped and you don't like to have your stomach out, in this situation this would not be cohesive. So you want to think about the colors, but also the cuts and how everything goes together, and just assess that everything matches at least 90% of the time. And if you find a piece that doesn't really go together with all of your other items, be it in color or the silhouette, just simply take it off the bed, go into your wardrobe and pick something else out and put it again on the bed. Also, if you're attending a special event and you have a special dress for that and a handbag and shoes, you don't really have to count them with your main capsule, travel capsule wardrobe. You can just treat them separately. Okay. I hope you can hear me. But pretty much the next step is to go through the quantities, because now that everything is cohesive, we have to think about if we have enough stuff, if we have too much, or if we have too little. Now there are many different ways how you can assess if you have too much or too little. The first one is to use a template online, which I have them on my blog. I have a little guide that you can use to roughly gauge of how much you packed, and if it's really higher than that, then it's probably too much. If it's lower, it's probably too little. This is just a little guide that I think works best. So that's one option, but obviously not every trip is gonna be the same, so just treat that as a guide, not as a rule. The second thing you can do, which I actually really like, and I suggest if you have trouble with packing, that you get into the habit that when you come home from your next trip, when you're unpacking, make a note of how many items you use. So you can go into your phone, into your notes app, and let's say you've been on vacation for 2 weeks. It was a summer vacation, it was hot, so you can write down hot summer vacation 2 weeks, and then you can write down how many pieces you wore. You can say 3 tops, 4 bottoms, 2 pairs of shoes, 1 handbag, 2 hats, whatever. You just write down everything that you wore, and those things that you didn't wear, you just simply don't put them on the list. So the next time you're packing, you have your own guide because you know yourself best. And then the third option is to just simply go by instinct. And this is something that I do now. How I do it is I simply imagine all of the different possible scenarios. So I'm gonna be sightseeing, I'm gonna be going to the beach, I'm gonna go to the restaurant in the evening, I'm gonna have like a date night with my husband, I wanna be fancy, I wanna be cute, what if it's cold? All of these different scenarios, I'm gonna go through them in my head and make sure I have enough but not too much. So let me show you what I picked and we can decide if I have too much. For my tops right now, my instinct was to take 4. I have the black silk cami, I have my pink blouse that is really nice when it's hot, I have my cropped beige tee, and I have my cropped white tee. So I have 4 different tops, which for now feels good. For my bottoms, I have 4 different bottoms. I have denim shorts, which are amazing, I have black shorts, I have a black skirt, and I also have just black joggers, which these are for me just in case it's just a little bit cooler in the evening. These are very comfortable, so these are definitely gonna be staying. But I feel like I have too many bottoms. I think black skirt is not really necessary because I have some other dresses, and I think I would rather have shorts than skirts in the summer. So this I'm just gonna put back, they can go in here. Then I have my section for the dresses, and I picked 3 which I think is just a little bit a lot. This one is a cami dress, but it's a maxi cami dress, which is perfect if it's cooler throughout the day, but also perfect for a date night. I have the black sleeveless dress, which again is so versatile, I can dress up and down. And then I have the silk cami dress, which honestly, now that I'm thinking about, I don't need 2. I think 1 would be more than enough, and I think in this situation I would go for the pink one. And this one, as nice and as versatile as it is, I also have a black dress here, so I don't really think this is necessary. And then I have the long sleeve top. This one is actually a blouse. This one is a silk blouse, and what I love about it is that I can wear it with my shorts as a top, but then also I can wear it with my cami dresses, and I can tie it so it's also like a little jacket for the evening. So for me it has 2 purposes, and I'm definitely gonna take it with me. Then I have 2 jackets. This one is just a standard denim jacket, and this one is a really fun white cropped denim jacket that is just so gorgeous and so fun. But if I think about the different scenarios, which one makes more sense? Because honestly, I don't think I need two. As fun as the white one is, I think I would go with the normal denim jacket because it's a lot more versatile. And then I also have my beach cover up that can be used in so many different ways. This one I can obviously wear to the pool, wear to the beach, but I can also wear it as a little jacket to just throw on throughout the day. I can button it and wear it as a dress. If I have the belt around, I can use it in many different ways, so this one is definitely gonna be staying. And then I have my bathing suits. I personally always pick at least two because when you're at the beach, you know, you want to change your bathing suits. So I have this lovely color, I have this lovely color. You can obviously tell my favorite color. But then I also picked a black one because it's just a lot more forgiving. It doesn't get dirty as easily. And I think 3 pairs of bathing suits, this is what I usually take with me, 3 to 4 pairs of bathing suits. So I can really have the variety and the options. Then for my accessories, the belt is gonna stay. My bag is also gonna stay. It's gonna be perfect with everything. For the hats, I'm thinking that one is more than enough. I think both would work, but the black one would just be a little bit more stylish. So I will pick the black one. And then lastly, I have the beach bag. Even though this may seem like a long process now that I'm explaining everything, for me it's actually really quick and really fun because I know exactly all of the steps that I follow and how I ask the questions and all of that. So this is what I would pick for 2 weeks in Tuscany. And I also want to quickly talk about sport clothes because I like to work out even when I'm away, but one thing that I stopped doing is I don't really take my sport shoes with me anymore because it's not really necessary for me to go into the gym and all of that. When I'm on vacation, I understand that my routine is not going to be the same, so what I like to take with me are really light small items, and I usually just work out in my hotel room or something like that. So I would take some shorts with me or some capri pants and some small little tops, something like this. Very simple. And I know this is not gonna be for everyone. If you really like working out and you go into the gym and all of that, go for it, bring all of your stuff with you. But if not, I would say less is more. Just bring what is necessary, what you're 100% sure you're gonna use, and you can work out without socks in the hotel room and you're still gonna be fine. You don't need to have the fancy equipment. And then I also just want to give you food for thought if you're going away for a really long time, and that is to ask yourself if you can wash some things there. Some things like underwear, socks, sports stuff, things that are not delicate and they don't need specific washing. You can easily wash them there, and that means you're gonna bring a lot less with you. Or if that is not the case, you can also, again, if you're going away for longer, bring a little steamer with you. I mean, this one is not little, but it's not too bulky either. But they have some nice little small steamers that you can find online, and you can take it with you to refresh your clothes and to make them last just a little bit longer. So I think a small thing like this can really make a difference. Now I quickly reorganized everything so you can see it clearly on the bed, and if you want me to, I can actually create an Instagram reel with some of the outfits out of this travel capsule wardrobe. Just let me know in the comments down below and I can do that. But yeah, this is pretty much the last step. Once you have everything on the bed and next to the bed, the last thing you need to do is put everything into the suitcase, which I'm not gonna show you because you already know how to do that. But I really hope you enjoyed this video, that you found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.